Look at all these people. Leonardo da Vinci spent 16 years perfecting his Mona Lisa. Take Victor Hugo, his La Miserable was rewritten the night before its publication. And Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, the release was delayed because of J.K. Rowling's procrastination. And then you can see the gentleman at the end of that, That is me, the teacher who avoided grading 75 test papers on a weekend. Okay, I'm in a good company, I can see that, and so are you all. We are all in a good company. Let's be honest, we have all been there. Maybe a student who finishes that task at 1 a.m., or maybe a parent planning for a birthday party the morning of the day, or maybe a professional who has been putting off that presentation until the last minute and suddenly coming up with such a creative work. We have all been there. We call it procrastination. Some call it laziness. But listen to me, there is more to the story today. Coming back to that Friday weekend that I was talking about the ungraded papers, that day I faced an epic battle. On one side, 75 test papers, ungraded, where one of the students has misspelled the word shirt without R. On the other side, I have Squid Game Season 2. No, listen people, do not laugh. I'm a teacher. And I have to maintain that professional integrity. I have to be fair, unbiased. I cannot be carried away by Stranger Things or some other Season 1 or Season 2. But I went for Squid Game Season 2. Yes, Saturday came, Netflix won again. And then this miracle happened. Suddenly, it's Monday morning. And all those papers are lying on my table, staring at me, judging me mostly. I just want to stop here to know what happens to those things. Before that, I just want to rewire your understanding of these two terms, laziness and procrastination. Raise your hand if the first, laziness, those three terms describe you. Oh, or not two, good. Raise your hand if you're a person who says, I'll do it later, already that guilt is eating me up. Yes. See, most of us are not lazy. We are moderate procrastinators, in fact. And we care about what we do, and that's the difference. This talk is about moderate procrastination, not apathy, not laziness. Understand that first. Now, come back to that bundle of papers which are ungraded, sitting on that table Monday morning, mocking at me. That guilt struck me like a freight train. That guilt was taking me completely aback. My conscience echoed. I judged. I'm lazy. I'm failing my students. Is it not? I'll not be able to complete that grading. But that is how laziness is seen. A guilt, a villain, a societal stigma. We are going to rewire that today. Okay? Now, what happened to that? I'm so sorry. When I took a moment and reflect on it, why those papers are on the table, I asked myself, what if there is another way to grade those papers? And suddenly, I remembered that peer assessment workshop that we attended a few months back, and I kept it aside, thinking that it is too much of work. Then it hit me harder. I'm so sorry. Upon reaching the school, I rushed to the staff room, and then I took out my laptop, sat for a period, and then finished creating a template for peer assessment. To my amazement, when I gave it to my students in the 6th period, everyone started assessing their peers, and then one of the students came up to me and told me that, "Sir, Sarah's paper, I understood how to answer a competency-based question." Then I realized my laziness opened different doors. Students took ownership of their learning. And then I realized I wasn't lazy. I was giving my ideas room to breathe, actually. And then, when we procrastinate, always understand the problem stays active in your mind. And your brain started to incubate solutions for it. And then you come up with unexpected connections. Think about it. You meet a person in the morning, and you don't remember their name. You try to recollect, no, and then you continued with the day, and at one point of time, you stopped thinking about it, and suddenly, Hours later, you are in the shower, and then immediately you get that name. That is what I'm talking about. That strategic pause, that intentional incubation is what I'm talking about. So let's reframe our thinking. Laziness is a mislabeled superpower. It's an unspoken legend. Don't get me wrong, I don't want any of the students to carry a message. There was this man who came to the TED Talk and asked us to be lazy throughout the day. No, I don't want you to be lazy. I want you to be moderate procrastinators. That is what. What if we design such intentional incubation and strategic pause intentionally into our life and then see how it changes? This is what I want you to do. This is a challenge that I pose it in front of you. Pick out one thing that you have been putting off. Give yourself permission to procrastinate maybe 24 hours or 36 hours. Notice how your ideas evolve, and that pause might be your next breakthrough. Even all those procrastinators, great people, I have removed me actually, great people. So all these procrastinators, they wanted that strategic pause. They paused it, and it is your turn now. I just want to wind up my speech with this. When somebody asks you next time, when somebody tells you next time you're lazy, tell them, I'm not lazy. I'm letting my ideas marinate. Thank you.